Happy National Rice Ball Day, everybody. We're going to be making some rice balls today, or onigiri. And my husband's looking at me weird because I just started filming a video out of nowhere. But we're going to be making rice balls. Today's video is sponsored by Lucky Straws Boba in Winter Garden, Florida. One of my very good friends owns that place, and he makes the best boba in town. So if you live in the Orlando area, I highly recommend it. I'm about to pop the top on the boba that he made me, so here it is. If you've never had boba before, it is tea of many flavors, and then there's these boba pearls, which are giant tapioca pearls, which he's amazing at making, by the way. And then it has this no spill lid, which is perfect for me because I'm a damn klutz. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah ha ha! I did it. And then you drink. Ah, delicious and chewy. It's a snack and a drink all in one. All right, let's make some onigiri. All right, so a little bit of backstory with this whole Rice Ball Day thing. Why we're doing it is because it's Rice Ball Day, but also because of an anime that I've loved since high school called Fruits Basket. It's about a girl named Toru and the Soma family, these guys and a lot of the other family members. A lot of big story. Anyway, her symbol is the rice ball, and it's really cute. And it's because when she was really little, there was a game called Fruits Basket where the kids pair up and they chase each other around, but they didn't give her a fruit. They told her that she was a rice ball, so she couldn't participate in the game, bullying at its finest. It's really sad because she didn't get to play. But she kind of turns it around. That's how Toru is. And she tries to comfort another character, Kyo, when he thinks that he doesn't have any good qualities. And she says, of course you do. You have great qualities. You just can't see them. It's kind of like the plum on your back. And he says, what? I don't have a plum on my back. And she says, of course you do. It's just like a rice ball, because a rice ball has a plum on its back that nobody else can see. What? Okay, so there is a rice ball, and it's really sad. It thinks I'm so plain, there's nothing special about me, which is so not true, because everybody has something special about them. They just can't see it themselves. We all have a hard time seeing what's good about ourselves, and on the back is this beautiful plum that it can't see, but everyone else can see the great qualities of themselves in. Anyway, the rice ball, it keeps coming up in the series. It pops up every once in a while, just like this. It's a little weird, but it's a fun show. I love it, and there's a new version of it out now. Only a couple episodes in, but it's beautiful. I highly recommend seeing it. I can't wait to see what happens next. It's going to be great. Okay, so first of all, these are our fillings. This one is gyudon. It's a simmered beef and onions, sweet and salty, very delicious. And then there is just some salmon and mayonnaise with Kewpie mayonnaise, obviously the Japanese one. This is norikomi fukikari. It is just sesame seeds and nori and salt. And then this is shiso fumi furikake, and that is it's a shiso leaf, kind of minty. And then those are umeboshi, one of my favorites, pickled plums. They're delicious. Can't have rice balls without those. And this is some salmon skin that I chopped up from the salmon that I cooked, because I think that is delicious. All right, so first things first, we also have some salt. I forgot to mention the salt, and some water with vinegar in it to dip our hands in. And then we have these wrappers. This is one of the things that I got from Lucky Straws, the boba shop. The owner was more than happy to give me some of these, which is very nice because you have to order them online if you're going to get them here in America. So basically, the seaweed goes inside of this wrapper envelope, and then you wrap the rice ball inside of it. And I'll show you how to wrap it when we make the rice ball, but that way the seaweed stays fresh and crispy, and it doesn't get all soggy for the next day. So, oh gosh, it's really hard to get back into the wrapper once it's out, especially when the fan is blowing. So that's fun. We're just going to try and get this in there. Come on. I know you can do this, Brooke. I believe in you. Nope. Not so much. All right, so you have to make sure it's all lined up. There's some little dotted lines on there, so you can see. You want to make sure that it's in the right spot. Okay, and then there's a number 1 on there. You want that to be at the very bottom but upside down, because that's where the top of your rice ball is going to be once you have it all wrapped up. So we need to get some rice. Scooping up some rice now. We're going to put it in a bowl. And this first rice ball is just going to be plain. Put a couple scoops in there, however big you want your rice ball to be. You can't make it too big because otherwise it won't fit in the wrapper. Probably put a little too much rice in there, but that's okay. We're going to add a little more because why the heck not? Might as well. And then we are going to wet our hands with the water and vinegar mixture, the rice wine vinegar. You want to make sure your hands are really wet, otherwise the rice will stick to your hands and it will be almost impossible to mold it. You can not do this. Oh, also the salt to just give it a little extra flavor, since this is just going to be a plain rice ball. So you really want your hands to be very wet, otherwise it'll stick. You can not wet your hands if you don't want to. You can just use plastic wrap and mold it that way. A lot of people like to do that. So again, make sure it's really, really wet. Take up all the rice. It's a little hot. You can wait till it's cooled down too, but I just wanted to go for it. And then you're just going to start patting it, squishing it down, and then you want to form it into a triangle shape. So I like to do this little flippy motion, but go slower, Brooke. There you go. So just make sure it's formed into a triangle. You're going to use the top hand to form the point, and then the bottom hand you're going to press the sides with, and just keep flipping it around until it's that nice triangle shape that you like. Ah, voila, there it is. Beautiful. Alright, and then we are going to place it down onto the plastic, point down where the number 1 will be. Hold on, there you go. Now you can see it a little bit better. And then we're going to take the bottom corners. Rice is stuck to my finger. Going to take the bottom corners of the wrapper. Never mind. We're going for the plum first. Got to make sure that the pit is out of the plum because you don't want to bite into that. So just throw that away. Talking about corners, and I'm working on the plum. So then you just put the plum down right in the middle. And I'm going to pause here for a second. You know what? Never mind. I was going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you the story after this. So put the rice ball in the middle. Now we take the corners and we're going to fold them up onto the bottom half of the rice ball. Make sure you get them nice and up against the sides there. And then we are going to flip it up and onto the upper half. There you go, just like that. Perfect. And then we are going to fold the corners on the top in towards the center. Make sure they don't overlap on that red line right in the middle, because that is where the seam is initially going to rip when we open this up. And you need some tape to stick it all together. So thank you, John, for getting me tape. And just tape it so that those two corners are connected. And then voila, that is your rice ball. It's all nice and sealed, and the rice is still going to be fresh, and so is the seaweed. So great. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make a stuffed rice ball, which is an onigiri with something on the inside of it. And so you're going to put some rice in the bottom of the bowl, and you're going to try and just form it up against the bowl because you want to have a nice little divot there for the filling to go inside of. I'm going to use the salmon and mayo. I'm going to put some salmon in there because this is the one that John has requested. He wanted a salmon rice ball. And then we're going to put a little bit more rice right on the top. Make sure you put enough that no filling is coming out on the outside. Again, these can get a little big, so just try not to fill it up too much. Again, wet your hands, very good. Some salt. And then we're going to flip it out into our palms. Make sure, once again, it gets really sticky really easy, so really wet hands. Can't stress that enough. I keep going back for more water. And we're going to form it. Make sure it's nice and tight, but you don't want to squish it down like crazy because you still want it to be a little bit fluffy. Make it toward the triangle shape that we know and love. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're just going to fold it up. So fold it down, do the corners, flip it up, corners again, and we're going to tape it. And we need to have some tape just set up on the side. I'm going to do that for the rest of them. And tape it, and there you go. Salmon filled rice ball. Super easy. Okay, so that was John's first time opening one of these. I did have some experience from when I lived in Japan because these were all over the convenience stores and the 7-Elevens. Oh my gosh, I still go into a 7-Eleven expecting these to be in there. So I'm just going to show you real quick, hopefully a little bit better. So again, take the number 1. There's a little tab at the top and that red string. You're going to pull it all the way through. The Scotch tape can be a little rough to get through. Sometimes just a sticker that's not quite as sticky. We'll go through and just unwrap that all the way around, take off the red tab, and then we're just gonna start at the number 2, and you're gonna kind of lift it up. And yeah, and also it'll probably be a little bit easier once the rice is cool, but I'm doing this super fresh and the rice is still a little warm, so it's kind of sticking to the plastic, but you can see how I just lifted it up, grab it by the seaweed, gets stuck to my hands. Gotta have wet hands. Otherwise the rice is going to stick to you. Fold it in, grab it by the seaweed, and then take the other side that has the number 3 on it and pull that up and through. Yeah, see, a lot easier than the way John did it, but there it is. And then you take a bite, crunch, and inside some meat there. We got the gyudon inside, so super yummy. And that's how it's done, kids. It's a great thing to have for a snack or for lunch. Enjoy. Okay, so really quick, this is a seasoned rice ball. So we're going to use the nori, seaweed, and sesame seed seasoning. Put some in the bottom there. Put some rice on top. A little bit more seasoning. And some more rice. A couple scoops. And we're going to put some more seasoning. There it is. And I'm going to wet our hands again. Our hands are going to get a lot of seasoning on them, but at least the rice won't stick to it as long as their hands are nice and wet. And we're going to flip. And then we're going to just form it into the triangle that we know and love. Yep, see, seasoning's getting all over our hands, but that's okay. We could use a little seasoning ourselves sometimes. Nothing worse than being plain. Form it into the beautiful rice ball. And then we're going to fold it up just like we did before. And then this is a inspiration from the anime Fruits Basket. Toru tends to make some cat-shaped rice balls for Kyo and for the rice ball stand that they have at their school fair. I'm going to just put this rice right into my hand. Don't really need the bowl for this one, because I'm just going to form it with my hands. And the bowl's just kind of if you're doing fillings and things like that. Wet your hands again, and we're going to squish it into a nice round shape. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we're going to start trying to form some ears, some tiny little points there, because it's going to look like a cat head. It's going to be pretty cute. So, yep, just going to make a little space there between the ears. We're forming, we're squishing, just continue to squish and form until it's the desired shape. And you can make any shape you want, but this is just the cat one. Alright, so we have our cat for the most part. And got the ears and the roundness of the face. I got rice all over my hands now, didn't wet them enough. Okay. So this is pretty much the shape of the cat. Now we are going to decorate it. I have cut up some seaweed, some nori, not Norway. So nori, going to put that stripe right down the middle of its forehead. And this would be the part that you would grab onto if you were going to be eating it. And it just kind of looks like the stripes some cats don't have the middle of their forehead. And some eyes. I cut out some little dots out of the seaweed. It's a really simple, cute little figure, but it does kind of look like a cat. And it's pretty cute. It looks just like the one in the anime. And that's it. So enjoy your onigiri, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe. Okay, hold on to it. Oh my gosh. We're squishing it. All right. So then you go.
How is that in the inside like that?
Because that's how it works.
Is it?
Yeah. Thank you, Lucky Straws.